Hey guys, tonight I'm testing the 2017 Lexus RX 350. This is the F Sport. It has stiffer suspension, sport tuned dampers, nicer wheels, some good F Sport appearance stuff going on with the front bumper and rear bumper, as well as some interior badging and whatnot. This is an impressive SUV. MSRP on this is $50,000. This one is optioned up to around $58,000. 295 horsepower from the 3.5 liter V6 and an 8-speed automatic transmission. I think this is a pretty nice sounding V6 as far as V6s go. Great high-res backup cameras with the above 360 view. I kind of wish it filled the whole screen, but for some reason it doesn't. You do have this dual massive, I don't know how many inches this is, but it's huge. And you have this dual display with your infotainment and navigation and audio. This RX 350 has the slightly older school, you can't quite see it here, but it has a slightly older school mouse button, which I actually prefer a lot over the new touchpad that Lexus has been integrating into their newer cars. The touchpad at speed is just useless, whereas this mouse actually has some haptic feedback, and you can pretty accurately select what you want when you need it. Let's not waste any time though, but let's throw it into Sport Plus here and see how it sounds onto this entrance ramp. The power band in this is very linear. There isn't a ton of power. This is still a heavy vehicle, but it moves with 295 horsepower. It does okay. It's not going to knock your socks off, but it's definitely quick enough. Immediately you notice when you put it into Sport Plus mode, shifts are a lot faster, much more responsive. Even with the paddle shifters, it gets pretty quick. It will not necessarily hold the revs up too high, however, so you'll have to kind of be driving on a back road or something, and the car will learn that you're driving on a back road, and then it'll start to hold revs. Or at least that's how the LS500 worked. I do notice that this 8-speed hunts for gears occasionally. It's not perfect, unfortunately. I do have a few gripes about this transmission. Sometimes it shifts a little bit rough. Sometimes it kind of doesn't know what gear to select. Sometimes it's really good, and it kind of holds the top gear and lets you ride out that torque curve. So it's kind of a mixed bag with the transmission. Generally, it's pretty nice. I think it's gotten kind of better over the last few days when it's gotten used to my driving style. When I first got this car delivered, it felt a little bit strange, like the battery had been disconnected or something, and the ECU was relearning. I had to go through a few start and stop cycles to kind of relearn driving styles and figure out what was going on. But now the car feels great. So those are kind of my only gripes with this. Otherwise, this thing is fantastic. Really premium interior. You can't really see anything at night, but all the controls, all the inputs, they're all classic Lexus. Lexus is doing a really good job with everything these days. From a performance standpoint, the steering is good. I don't have a ton of feedback, but it's just nicely weighted. The steering wheel feels fantastic. The brake pedal is really good. One downside, even though this has nice sport tuned suspension and adaptive dampers, and this all-wheel drive system that does kind of some torque vectoring stuff. It doesn't have a lot of mechanical grip at all. Unfortunately, it's let down pretty hard by the tires that are on here. I think it's just a general all-season tire, and they just don't have a lot of mechanical grip. Pretty quiet at speed, nice and comfortable. This does ride just a little bit stiffer. You can feel it, but it's not uncomfortable or too stiff by any means. It's just not your typical Lexus soft ride. This is the F-Sport, so that is understandable. Ergonomics in this are okay. Again, kind of a mixed bag. Your seat heater controls are a little bit far away, a little bit difficult to access. Often I'll find myself, when I want to go for the driving mode customization, I'll hit the mouse, but generally everything falls to hand pretty well. Love the cruise control, love the heated steering wheel. Heads-up display is pretty nice too. There's a lot to like about this car. I even think the V6 sounds pretty good. See the tachometer turn red as we're approaching red line there. Kind of cool. The HUD will show you the speed limit and your speed, and then of course any radar guided cruise control and lane keep assist information. There's also blind spot monitoring in the mirrors. And I like that there are buttons for the climate control and radio controls. You can tune the knob with the radio between stations very easily. I haven't quite figured out how to use this infotainment system. It's just kind of a mess. Lexus really needs to do something about this, but they'll figure it out eventually. I think, if you got used to it, you had all of your favorites programmed, you didn't really, in my BRZ, I barely even use the infotainment. You could get by with it. It's fine. Once you have everything kind of set, you can set it and forget it and use it. However, at this price point, in this market, it just doesn't quite live up to the rest of the competition. But I actually do like this mouse as a way of getting around. The haptic feedback works quite well, and this dual display is an improvement over what Lexus has done in the past. Let's see climate here. It's high res, it looks nice. This particular car has the Mark Levinson sound system in it, and it sounds fantastic. Unfortunately, I can't play any of it for you, but take my word for it. Sounds really good, really nice audio quality. You've got some adjustability in there too. Headlights look really good at night. That's one reason why I'm doing the night drive tonight, is we have great visibility with these headlights. Even the fog lights give you quite a bit of get an extra light. Let me show you what the paddle shifters do in Sport Sharp here. They're pretty responsive. The engine does a good job blipping downshifts. Besides for the limited mechanical grip, you could have some fun hustling this on a back road. Actually, you know what? I don't think we're going to exit here. We're going to go straight. Gas mileage so far hasn't been too awesome, but honestly, what do you expect from an SUV this size and weight with a big V6 in the front? I'm getting probably around 18-19 miles to the gallon. That's driving in combination with city and highway, and probably kind of falls in line with the EPA numbers, but I feel like every Lexus I've ever driven has always gotten about 19 miles per gallon. This isn't the hybrid, it's the F-Sport. You kind of know that going in. Otherwise, Can't see it right now. I'm gonna do a day video, but there's a really nice panoramic sunroof. Everything in this car just feels right. It feels premium, it's nice, it's comfortable, you have a great high driving position. I actually think the exterior looks fantastic. It's different, it's weird, it's funky, it's kind of iconic Lexus Japanese design language, the type of direction they've been going recently. It's a little bit strong, it comes on a little bit thick, but I think it works. It's cool, it's different, and it looks special, and it drives special. So I think Lexus is doing a good thing with that, with this car. Well, I think that's all I have to say for now. These are kind of my first impressions. I'm going to be doing another video on this during the day. We'll see some of the interior. I'll show you around a little bit. You can actually see a few things besides all the lights. And we'll take it from there. So, until then, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna pull into this parking lot, turn it off, and that'll wrap up the video. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. If you haven't already, I do videos like this in just about every press car that I get in to test and review for Winding Road magazine. I'll do a video on this channel, The Topher, just kind of outlining some of my thoughts and opinions on what it's like to drive and kind of my first impressions on the car as a whole. If you want, feel free to subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at thetopher2, and hope you guys have a good day, evening, night, morning, wherever you're from. Take care. Terrible parking job.